Good afternoon. My name is Corina and the topic I chose was how to train for a half marathon. The reason why I chose this topic is because I've been running for a very long period of time, like a bunch of years, and it's become a big part of my life, and I wanted to expand on it. For my research, I found that in order to run a half marathon, one must figure out the proper training techniques requiring good cardio, figure out their dietary needs, and become aware of how to avoid and properly treat injuries, because it's important whenever you run. My mentor, his name was Jacoby-Burns. He is from Ukraine, and he's a certified personal trainer. He is currently employed at Cape Fear Community College and is currently attending UNCW to pursue the career of becoming a physical therapist. I came in contact with him through my brother because they're both into the same thing, like with the training and getting certified for that and the same degrees. So he's very helpful. During my time with him, he helped me figure out what kind of training that I needed to do to make sure that I didn't overtrain or undertrain, and he helped me figure out the nutrition that I needed to do, like whatever I needed to consume in order to be fit for my workouts. Through my research, I found that I needed to follow a set nutrition guide as well as doing various types of activities, not routine every day because then your body doesn't grow from it. And I also had to wear the proper running attire, just things like shoes with good grip, because if you don't have good grip, for an example, you'll get shin splints, which is a very common injury in runners. In my research, I found that I needed to focus on the four main macronutrients, which are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and fibers. Carbohydrates can be broken down into both complex and simple. Complex being your brown rice and your whole wheat breads, and your simple carbs are used for quick energy, and those are like your white rice as opposed to the brown. I needed about 235 to 260 grams per day. 260 grams for the days that have upper intensity of workout, and 235 for the lower intensity workouts. Proteins, everyone needs per day a gram of protein for however much your body weight is. And I'm approximately 115 pounds, so I needed 115 grams of protein. Fats, 30 to 40 grams, and 40 being on the upper end of intensity, so just same thing as carbohydrates, and 30 for the lower. And fibers, 23 to 29 grams. I broke my running into 5 main training techniques. Long, slow distance being used to help build endurance so you can run the 13.1 miles. Speed, obviously, to help you get faster with speed. Brisk runs, which is basically a faster jog, like an actual, not sprinting, but good run. Hill sessions, they help because they have different elevations and they work different muscles, so you can be able to go different elevations during the race. And fartleken, which is a Swedish term for speed play, and it's basically speeding up at random intervals for about 5 to 6 minutes, and it's slowing back down. For my project, I ran and participated in the Battleship Half Marathon for Carolina Sports Medicine in Wilmington. Going there, you could register previously, it's cheaper that way, or you could register the day of, and I was kind of late, so I registered the day of. Me and my father ran it. He is currently battling prostate cancer, and he wanted to run with me, even though he didn't do the training. He wanted to run with me before he started his chemo. So we both went there, and we paid the registration fees, and we got our shirts, and then we had to get our numbers. And then they gave us this course map. During this course map, it started as the Battleship, and then it went out to Thomas Rose Bridge and over Isabel Holmes Bridge. And then those were interesting because never been on a bridge before, so it was kind of fun. And then I went down into historic downtown Wilmington, which is through Front Street, and there was like a lot of people there cheering us on, and not many people telling us where to go, so that was kind of hard. I got lost a few times. And then it took me to Lakeshore Drive, where I went to Greenfield Lake, and there was a nice lady giving secret directions for Greenfield Lake, and she was very helpful. Greenfield Lake wasn't as exciting as the other parts of the race because it was just a neighborhood. There weren't many people up in the lake at that time. It was like around 8 o'clock when I got there. So there wasn't really many people out and about, so it was kind of boring. It got more interesting whenever I went back to Front Street because they had started the other race and there were more runners there. And then after I went through Front Street, I went back up to the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge, which is the main bridge to enter Wilmington here. And it was really fun because I knew it was almost the end and I was really tired at that point. And it took me back to the battleship, which was the end of the 13.1 miles. These are some photos that I took while I was running the half marathon. The guy on the left actually won the 7 o'clock half marathon race, and the woman on the right, she had a good lead, but she didn't finish in the top. And this is a picture looking over the bridge. It was really pretty at that time of morning. And this is the bridge that used to take me into Greenfield Lake. I was really excited about it. I was going to be really pretty. I mean, it was really pretty, but it was kind of boring. This is my father and I running to the finish line. This was whenever we went back to the battleship and was running up the street to the finish line, which was located at the end of it. And this is a picture of us. At the end of the finish line, there was a man in service. He was standing there because the marathon was dedicated to them. So they were giving out the medals to us, so that was kind of nice. And then all the other funds and everything with the battleship restorations. And notice my father and I have blue tags, and that's because it was our first time running half marathon. They situated and differentiated people who had ran before. They had white tags, and then newbies have blue tags. So everybody knew we were there. And it's another picture. At the end, they had a little computer thing where you could type in your race number, and then it pulled up your name and your race number and your placement and your time and everything. And it was really convenient because you could print it off and you could have it forever and know what it was that year. And my father and I finished 7th and 8th, and our time was a total of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 11 seconds. And it was really fun overall. During that, a couple of challenges was nutrition because I overall have really bad nutrition. I eat way too many carbs and not enough proteins. So that was kind of hard. And long slow distance and speed days were the worst because I got really bored running the miles for long slow distance days because there's a lot of them. And speed, I'm not very good at speed, so I didn't like it. And dividing time between practice and after practice because I was doing cross country at the same time, so I had to figure out how many miles and what kind of workout I did at practice, and I had to do more at home afterwards. And during that, my training and my half marathon itself, I had a total of 37 hours, 21 minutes, and 48 seconds of recorded practice time. It expanded to many weeks. A couple of my successors were following the nutrition guide. For the most part, I did really good because I really have poor nutrition normally. Getting the needed training in every day was really hard because it kept going up more and more as the mileage increased throughout the training. And it was really an accomplishment at the end of the day knowing that I actually got it done. And it was good broadening my running mileage and getting out of my comfort zone because I had never ran more than a 5K. So running a half marathon and skipping a 10K altogether was challenging but nice because now I know that I can run a half marathon and my running ability has gotten better. And that completion of the half marathon itself was a huge accomplishment because it's half marathon and it's really exciting. And that is it. I'll be taking any questions at this time.